Except where them haters, where them hoes, where them throws, you know what I'm saying? Cecil.
All right, there's two things I want to talk about in terms of witchcraft with martial arts. There are some martial arts instances that are witchcrafty, satanic, demonic. There are some situations that are like that. I have not participated in them, but there are some situations that are clearly of the spirit world. Okay? But I do want to say this, that the vast, overwhelming majority of martial arts are not like this. This type of stuff is the extreme and the exception. And to me, these are just people who are into occult practices anyway and are just using whatever martial arts they're studying as a vehicle. So that's why I'm not going to call out styles. Even any footage I include, I'm not going to say what style it is. Because it was one thing I was watching where somebody was using a style that I know you don't need to do witchcraft or anything like that for it. But these people chose to. So let me give some examples before I put in some footage. If you have to make a pact with someone, if they start talking about that you're linked up with the spirits of anything past their ancestor or any kind of god or something, if you have to drink blood, if you have to wear a talisman or any type of amulet or magical jewelry to make yourself a better fighter, that any type of practice like that is satanic. If you have to pray to anything and bow down for any type of idol, that is something that is clearly satanic. If you have to pierce yourself and hang, that's not even martial. If you have to do anything like that in order to channel up energy, that is something that's satanic. You should not have to invite any other entity into your body in order to be able to perform the techniques correctly. Any type of thing like that is satanic. You don't have to go through any rituals. Anything like that is satanic. The only thing you need to do to get better is practice and exercise and stretch and eat right and stay away from illegal drugs and stay as healthy as you can. Now, if you want to talk about something like energy and chi building, anything like that, they should be talking about your own energy, okay? You would be using your own energy, which God gave you, by the way, okay? You shouldn't be pulling the energy from any type of external entity. Anything like that, again, your own energy is fine. That's your own effort. So that's the first blatantly obvious form of witchcraft that we know that's witchcraft, and that's martial arts witchcraft. That is totally unnecessary. It's not like every style does it. I personally don't believe that developing chi or energy that you use from within you, or that they say you take from the air, no, that's not Satan. That, to me, is Satan trying to take credit for everything that God does when God's the one that made stuff. God made everything. If you even want to use the argument that which I saw in another video, that Gog and Magog fell and they taught their wives who taught people how to make war. When I read that passage in the book of Enoch, I didn't see anything about open hand combat. Did you? I saw like weapons of war and makeup and stuff. So can't really say that there. And if you really want to go there, who trained the angels? Who trained the angels? God, Jesus. Who trained the angels? God did. Satan likes to take, you see, Satan wants you to think that you got to come to him for everything. If he had his way, he'd make you think that drinking a cup of water is satanic. It is if you dedicate it to him. So you see, anything that's going to try to get you to pledge your soul to some type of entity or demon, that's what's satanic. And I'm going to put a few clips of examples of those before I go to a much more common practice that I think is actually satanic that happens in all kinds of sports.
There is a hidden tradition in China of inviting the spirits of dead warriors into a fighter's body to gain supernatural protection and even perform special fighting skills. If it all sounds a bit scary, you may want to put the kettle on right around now. Sifu Cho is the leader of a Taoist sect that practices a mystical system. These devotees are not martial artists themselves, but the gods that take possession of their bodies often are.
See what he said? They're not martial artists.
Why invoke the gods? In our practice, acquiring magical powers is mainly for self-protection. Just in case something happens, we can call upon the gods to protect us, to make us stronger.
Regular martial artists just practice.
Neither sharp blades nor
We
fire can hurt
practice.
us. If a bad person tries to hurt us, we don't need to worry at all.
Invoking the gods to take possession of your body follows a strict protocol.
You don't need to cut yourself. Practice. Let's look at something. This word called pharmakia. This is actually what the Bible is talking about when they talk about using sorcery or witchcraft. From the Greek, the word is pharmakia. This is what we're supposed to be aware of. Okay? This is on BibleHub.com/Greek. Pharmakia. Strong's Concordance. Pharmakia. The use of medicine, drugs, or spells. Okay? So does that mean you're being a sorcerer every time you take an aspirin or you take your high blood pressure medicine? No, we're not talking about for health. We're talking about using it for nefarious reasons. Okay. Noun feminine. Look, short definition. Magic, sorcery, enchantment. Okay? Magic, sorcery, enchantment. From pharmakeio, for pharmakeio, administer drugs properly. Drug-related sorcery. Drug-related sorcery. Like the practice of magical arts, etc. Does this say anything about the martial arts? No. It is about using drugs to cast spells, poisoning people, sorcery, magical arts, enchantment, using a drug to call up a spell. If you've ever seen the movie Constantine, they got, what is that actor's name? It's a dark-skinned brother. I can't remember his name. He's smoking something and he's talking to evil spirits. Okay? That's what they're talking about. There is nothing in here or on here about martial arts. Nothing. But you know what has crept into martial arts? It's still uncommon, but you might find this more at the, I don't know, some of the more professional levels. And that's the use of performance-enhancing drugs. You know, like steroids. Or like people, and I'm not going to say who, people who might do a judo match and take painkillers so that it makes them harder for them to be tapped out. I can't say who because I can't remember the dude's name that told me he did that. Yeah, stuff like that. Do we hear Christians going off about steroids? You should be. Or what's that stuff they take? That fake protein supplements that you're giving football players, even in high school, to make them stronger? Do pastors talk about that? Performance-enhancing drugs. That's the real witchcraft. If you are an instructor and you're giving your students performance-enhancing drugs, you're encouraging them to take performance-enhancing drugs and steroids, you are the one who is doing pharmakeia. Don't just look at the East, my brother. You are doing pharmakeia yourself. You are using sorcery and witchcraft. I decided that I'm going to search Strong's Greek concordance on BibleHub.net for the word martial art. I didn't get any hits. I'm going to do it again in front of you. Your search did not match any documents. No pages were found containing martial art. Let's try martial arts. No. Let's try martial. Nothing with martial. Let me try arts. Maybe it's just something, you know. They have the word arts in the Bible, but they don't have martial arts. Okay? But they have magic. Look, magic arts. It's always something to do with magic. It's nothing to do with martial arts. Let me try war arts. No, not together. Something about the Achaean War and the arts. But you know what they do have? They have sorcery, references in the Bible to sorcery, which is what I said God is trying to warn us away from. Practicing sorcery. Sorcery, magic. 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 Nothing in there about martial arts. You know, let me try wrestling. Maybe wrestling is in there. Because there was that person that wrestled with an angel. Wrestling generally fight. Do you see anything even with wrestling or running where they're talking about God? I mean, talking about Satan. But you do have, in your striving against unto blood, striving against sin. Against sin. Using it as some kind of a vehicle to fight against sin, to struggle against, striving against. So, you know, maybe with Psalm 144 verse 1, God is saying, blessed be the Lord, my strength. He teaches my hands to war, my fingers to fight. You can use the martial arts as a vehicle to fight against your own sins, to build you up so you can have confidence to fight in his spiritual war. But you know what's more important, though, what I think? Because I was thinking, maybe I need to change my student creed instead of Psalm 144 verse 1. I need to go to the Beatitudes, and I can't remember the reference, but that's where he says, blessed are the peacemakers, for they shall see the kingdom of God. I believe that's the verse. But blessed are the peacemakers, because really, that's what we really should be using the martial arts for. We should use it to be peacemakers. That's what I'm teaching my people to be. But I'm thinking I might make that not the student's creed, because the students do need to learn how to fight first. But we're going to make that the teacher's creed, so that you are teaching your students to be peacemakers. I may make that the teacher's creed, that you have to say, excuse me, once you're a black belt. It's something I'm mulling over. But did you see anything in there where I was searching in Strong's Concordance? Did you see martial art come up? I'm going to type it one more time. Did you see martial art? No. Karate. It shouldn't be there because that word did not exist at the time. No. 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 I believe that Satan is trying to put this out through the church, the idea that the martial arts are demonic, that they're all demonic, not that some people just take it to a weird, evil, satanic place, but try to make it that it's all demonic for you to learn how to do a front snap kick or break fall, because he doesn't want you to be able to protect yourself. He doesn't want you to protect other people, and he wants more attention because he can't get enough attention. He didn't get enough attention when he was in heaven, and he was God's #1 angel, the ministry of music. So he wants to take credit for everything. Okay? Don't fall for it. People who follow God have been warriors. They were warriors, literally and definitely warriors in the spirit. So don't fall for this trick of the devil. Okay? But what I do want you to do is not just reject every time somebody says that the martial arts satanic. Don't go la 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 la. No. I want you to listen to what they're saying so you can be hip to yet another trick that the devil will use. So that we can be as wise as serpents while we are the sheep among wolves, people. Peace. Peace of God. And you want to know what? I will say this. You want to know who you can pray to if you got to defend yourself? Pray to God. Pray to Jesus. Ask Jesus to help you. Maybe if you pray to God and pray to Jesus, if you have to defend yourself, he might be able to give you a peaceful solution. Or if you got to compete, pray. Pray for yourself. Pray for your opponent. Why don't you pray that nobody gets seriously injured in the match? How about that? Peace.